Kyndra, D. St. Aubin, and Dan Kelly back with you, and it took a little while for the University of Illinois to do the job. Wednesday they got the advantage of penalty kicks. Didn't have to go that far, but still a lot of work put in.
A lot of work put in because they did have to play some extra time here again today, but they come out with the win. And then on Sunday, what do we have? 1 versus 2 in the championship game. It should be exciting.
Yeah, we check in first for game 1. Coming into the match, Illinois was unbeaten in their previous 11 versus Michigan State, trying to keep that drive going.
And it was a lot of Steph Pinozo throughout the game, not just the first half, as we see one effort there, and then look at this ball in from Standard to Highbore, and Pinozo comes off her line again, and then she gets up and she gets the second rebound as well.
Soccer with Kyndra, D. St. Aubin. I'm Dan Kelly. Hopefully you enjoyed a great weekend of soccer right here on BTN. Windy conditions. We didn't know what type of match we would see, considering the last time these two teams tangled. It wasn't that exciting in the regular season, but this final championship game certainly was.
Well, their last match was a 1-goal game. Their first 5 of their 6 matches in the Big Ten tournament were 1-goal games. And again, we go to overtime and we get a 1-goal finish. So very exciting match here today between Illinois and Penn State.
And from the Fighting Illini, they take down Penn State. Are you surprised, Kyndra? This is a Penn State team that hadn't lost since late September. The orange and blue look for real.
They did look for real, and I actually picked Illinois to win the tournament. I thought if there was one team that could beat Penn State, it was Illinois, and Coach Janet Rayfield had her team ready to play, and it'll be exciting to see that selection tournament tomorrow for the NCAAs. I think both these teams are going to do well.
Yeah, both teams, they still want
right here
trophy
on the Big Ten Network. Dean Linke along with Kyndra, D. St. Aubin, and Kyndra for the 11th straight time. Illinois comes out on the right end against Michigan State.
For some reason, the Fighting Illini just happens to have the Michigan State Spartans number, and it happened again today.
Both these teams came in with offensive firepower. There were no goals, though, until the second.
And Marissa, what an amazing finish today. Talk about that ball out of the back.
I mean, we talked about it going into overtime. It was a great ball from Vanessa. She put it right on my foot. I just took off from kind of behind the line, and I don't think their back line saw me coming. And V played it before I started running, so no chance of being offsides. And I just took one touch and hit as hard as I could.
What about this team this year, though? I mean, Coach Rayfield has talked a lot about how dynamic you guys are up front and how it's kind of a different group. Talk about the season so far for you guys.
It's definitely been a transition, especially from my previous years here. It's a lot more offensively focused and stuff, I guess. So we go out with a lot of different personalities and stuff up front, and it's been really fun to play with because you just have so many people who want the ball all the time and are making runs and going at, and we can score from any place on the field really at any time. So that's exciting.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks.
Big Ten Network. Kyndra, D. St. Aubin, Dan Kelly, it was good to have you with us this afternoon, and it was a well-played match. And coming into the match, Ohio State had won 8 of the 10 previous meetings between these two teams. Considering those numbers, is Mickey Denny right on her side happy with the result?
You know what, I don't think she's going to be happy with the result because they had so many offensive opportunities. I know both teams kind of a feeling out process with all these young players. Both teams came in wanting a win, but I think Mickey Denny Wright being at home, she's going to be unhappy with the tie.
Yeah, and also considering the fact that her side had the lead. They got the first goal. The senior, it was a frozen again. Anytime these two sides get together, you usually see some pretty physical soccer, and they just let them play today.
They did. The referee did a great job, I thought, of letting them play. No cheap fouls out there. Good, strong, physical soccer, and that's what we like to see in the Big Ten Conference.
It was a good first match to open up conference play. No winners.
Marines here this afternoon, 4-0. Lisa Byington alongside Kyndra, D. St. Aubin, and Penn State was dominant from start to finish here this afternoon.
Start to finish, they came out with a game plan and they executed it perfectly, and they end up with a 4-0 win. And we're going to take a look at some of the goals and some of the highlights.
Now, there's historic significance here with the Penn State win. It's 14th straight Big Ten title. No women's program, I'm talking about across the board in conference history, has won 14 straight. What kind of accomplishment is that?
That's a huge accomplishment for Penn State and, of course, for head coach Erica Walsh. Now, she's only in her 5th season, so Penn State has a long history of success here even before she got here. But look at them celebrating on the field. It's so tough to win year in and year out, and they did it again. 14th straight championship for the Big Ten.
Congratulations to the Nittany Lions. It's a familiar tune here in the soccer world. The Big Ten trophy going back to State College. That'll do it for Kyndra and for myself. From here in Ann Arbor, we're going to